You were with us last year, right?
Yeah. Oh, Austin and I we ran it once in at Fullerton.
Yeah,
What happened?
Yeah, we ran
on
it at.
neg on neg and we won.
You ran on the negative? One
Yeah.
second.
Mhm.
Let me see if I can get at least Grant to the YouTube page.
YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. YouTube.
We're broadcasting live now.
Oh, sweet. But can they see our faces?
They can see my face, they can't see yours.
Okay.
Um, so wait, what was the question now?
About the AFs?
About the oh yeah, about the in three-tier methodology.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, why don't we take why don't we take what it is that we have, what we have now, add in the personal element, which is your experience about or related to making the argument at tournaments and the reaction that you've gotten from judges and what that reveals to you about the way in which society and or white people understand slavery. What have you learned from this experience, in other words?
Mhm.
Okay.
And then we need to take that and write about it.
Uh-huh.
Do y'all think
Okay.
that's a good idea?
Yeah.
And if you were to write about it, what might you say?
Wait. Did you say like what white people think of slavery?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we could say like how, like, um, like,
So like the
something about
inherent.
like, I, I was thinking something about like how we were taught about slavery, like the way we were taught, or like something about that.
How are you taught about slavery?
Their textbook and we read.
And why is that inadequate?
I'm still thinking of that, but I think it's something about like we can say something about like well, using the three tier. We can say something about like it's like just by these people that publish books and that like they want to make money off this, and like the way we got the information was wrong.
Okay, why is the way in which you got the information wrong? And I think that Michelle can help you out here because this is related to some of those initial conversations that we had about the way in which we tend to understand slavery. If we were to
Yeah.
compare how we understand slavery to it being theoretical or purely historical, something that's relegated to the past, something that's not a current problem, something that's not my problem. These are all, things that are problematic that you would want to fight with the affirmative, right? Because that's part of it. Why are white people able to walk away or ignore what it is you're saying? Because they could easily say it's either something that's in the past, it's a historical problem, or it's not my problem. I didn't do this to you, or I didn't do this or participate in slavery,
Uh-huh.
right? So that's certainly a critique of why the three-tier methodology is important and why we need to look beyond the textbook, we need to look beyond the experts, and look beyond what the academics are telling us about slavery.
Mhm.
Mhm.
What else might we say?
Also, we gain personal experiences, like
Yes,
our.
you're saying that one of the advantages to your app is to gain personal experiences?
Mhm.
Like have a connection with the things we're talking about. That's what like
Yeah,
that's
well,
what
that's part of what you all told me was the importance of the app and of museums, which was that we get to have a hands-on experience with slavery, and it's no longer just a textual engagement, as in something that we read about that happened in the past. It's something that we can engage with in the present,
uh-huh.
Mhm.
and yeah, on a personal level.
Yeah.
What else?
Mm.
What is your personal relationship to slavery or to slave ships
What do you mean, like?
and to the affirmative?
Um. Actually, don't know. Wait. Mm, mm.
Well, go through the three-tier methodology.
Okay.
But slave ships? Do you mean like actual like slavery and slave ships, or do you what like? Can there be like it representing something?
But
Like
no, it's literal.
like literally slaves?
Slave ships, yeah.
I'm
Why
pretty sure.
not?
But like I think most of the people haven't like experienced like something about like slave ships. Like you can say like you treated something like a slave, but like I don't think you can say like you were like on a slave ship or something.
You want to be on a slave ship? No.
No. What I meant was like you can't actually have like a. I don't know if there's people with personal like experience with actual slave ships.
What?
No, you know how you said like a personal experience with slave ships.
Hmm.
Yeah, but there's like no one with actual personal experience with slave ships.
We have a personal relationship with slavery,
You do?
don't you?
No,
Why
Mm.
not?
because we're not slaves.
Oh, we can say that slavery still exists.
Of course it does.
Yeah, that, but like,
What do you mean you're not slaves? Do you have to be a slave in order to have a relationship to slavery?
no.
Oh yeah, we can read like all
Are
the.
you a girl?
What?
Are you a girl?
No.
Yeah,
Do you have a relationship with girls?
Yeah, like
maybe.
Who's talking? Is that Jessica?
no, that's Michelle.
Hi.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah,
so
maybe we
are
can
you
say.
are you a parent?
What?
Are you a parent?
No, but do we have a relationship with the parent?
Do you have
Mm,
a relationship with parents?
yeah.
Yes. Are you a teacher?
No.
Do you have a
Maybe.
relationship with teachers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, can we say that can we like read all the evidence that says that slavery is what founded America?
And why would you do that?
Yeah, so we can talk about the relationship
Well,
between
yeah. That's
Americans and slavery.
exactly. But yes, that's exactly the argument that slavery participated in the making of everyone, right? When you have slavery, it not only creates the slave, but what else does it create?
America.
The master,
Uh
right? In order for there to be a slave, there must be a master, yes?
huh.
So when you create the slave, you create the master.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
So everyone has a relationship to slavery.
Uh-huh.
Some of us are privileged by slavery, and others of us are disadvantaged by slavery.
Uh huh.
So part of your argument as to why don't white people get this? Why are they just ignoring us or ignoring what we're saying or not taking our argument seriously? um, they don't understand their relationship to slavery. They think it's not their problem. It's a black problem. That black people are the ones who suffer from slavery. But part of our argument is that the world suffers in the world in which we have slavery,
Uh-huh.
which is why we need to unpack this.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
hmm So what's your relationship to slavery?
Could this be kind of like be like how your parents control you? Something
What do you
like
mean?
that. Like when the parents tell you to do something, like you have to do it, or like you get penalized for it.
Paternalism? Like
Huh?
we talked about last year, we talked about paternalism?
Yeah, I was gonna say like, isn't this kind of like the example we gave for paternalism, but we're just like phrasing it in a different way?
No, I don't think so. I think slavery is something far bigger and insidious, or not insidious, or far bigger or worse than just paternalism.
Can we do it like about how we treat like not just humans, but like other things, like the things that we own in a different way?
What do you mean?
Like, you know how slaves weren't treated as humans and treated as like property and we own them? Or like trade goods and stuff, but like can we say like what we own like our everyday things, but like we don't treat them right? Like we take them for granted and stuff, but like
Um, why would you want? I don't think that you should reduce the seriousness of slavery by comparing it to just how we treat any old thing, right?
uh-huh.
Discussion about slavery and how a certain population of people were systematically denied or are systematically denied rights merely because of the color of their skin. I don't think you want to say that proves that we don't treat all of our things or property the same, right?
Uh-huh.
Because then you're essentially comparing them or black folk to a Sega game, a Wii game.
Uh-huh.
Yes? And
Yeah.
that's not really something that we want to do.
Uh-uh.
But I don't under. So, for you to effectively take this app and make it into a more critical version that is more personal, that engages the three-step methodology, you're going to have to go through that and include a discussion of what your relationship is to slavery.
Mhm.
And what else do we need to do in order to meet the three-tier methodology?
Organic intellectuals.
Right, so we need to start looking to some organic intellectuals, don't we?
They're treated as
Mhm.
slaves.
Huh?
Can
They're
we
treated as
can we
slaves.
That was two questions. What was your question, Michelle?
Oh, I said that. So do we just interview random people?
No, you don't have to interview random people. We might look to poetry. We might look to music. We might look to other artistic forms of expression like literature, novels.
Can I look into music right now?
Can I do?
Not on my time. You can look into it on your time.
Okay.
Uh, so um, we want to look to people, non-academics who discuss this issue. We might even read a narrative, because there are many slave narratives out there that can perhaps illuminate the horrors of slavery, the horrors of being on the slave ship. Um,
Oh, I think there was a slam poetry or something that I watched at camp.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's an example of our organic intellectuals. That's something that we might look into and use as well. Do you know
Let
how
me
to
find it.
find that slam poetry piece?
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay.
Ugh.
What else? So we have personal experience, we have organic intellectuals, and what else?
Professors, like academic intellectual.
Academic. So then we need evidence.
Yeah.
Are we reading evidence now? What are we reading evidence about now?
That's
About
about
how slavery founded America.
What was that?
Like slavery founded the United States.
And who's the author of that?
Um, something Berlin?
Ira Berlin?
Let me find it. It's huh. Oh, he wrote Slaves Without Masters. Oh yeah, it's Ira Berlin.
Okay. That's an interesting choice of an author, but okay.
Wait, what
Uh,
about him?
huh?
What about him? What?
No, he's just like an old white guy historian. So of
White
all
guy?
the, huh? What'd
Oh,
you
he's a
say?
white guy. He is a white guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just an interesting choice of author, but it's fine, I reckon. So yeah, we want to read evidence from an expert that perhaps talks about slavery and how it was important to the founding of the nation. And what you want to do is you want to turn this into an essay, essentially, right? So you want to be able to explore the essay from the perspective of why it's important to engage in this form of research. And so talking about why slavery was foundational or is foundational to the creation of the nation and creation of the world, essentially. You want to be able to say that we need to start here or we need to engage in this search in order to better understand ourselves, in order to better understand the world, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you want to be able to talk about your personal experience about running the argument since the beginning of the year and how judges have reacted to you and why that only fuels your desire to run the argument as opposed to scare you away.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's really difficult to engage in this conversation and make this argument indirectly, right? So you can't talk about it in a non-personal way. You have to put the issues on the table, right? So it's like, yeah, there's the big elephant in the room. There's this conversation that we're not having. There's this thing called slavery, and it has a long-lasting after effect, and we cannot just move on. We cannot just, leave the bones buried in the ocean.
Uh-huh.
So that's why you have to make the case for why you're bringing this issue up and why it's important to bring this up, even if you're not black,
Mm-hmm.
because we all have a relationship to slavery, even if we're not slaves ourselves.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I'm trying to find a video, like the same poetry.
On my
Oh
time?
yeah, oh, I found it, I think. Oh, they say that my flash is out of date. It's by Javen Johnson.
Ooh.
Javen Johnson called, 'Cause He's Black.
What was it like?
The link on the group chat.
Oh yeah, I think this is the one, 'cause I can play it.
So I'm driving down the street with my 4-year-old nephew.
What was that?
Knocking back a juice box, a Snapple. Today, y'all, we are doing manly shit. I love watching the way his mind works. He asks a million questions. Uncle, why is the sun? Uncle, how do cars go? Uncle, why don't dogs talk? Uncle, uncle, uncle. He asks uncle, uncle, uncle. He asks uncle, 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 as if his voice box is a warp record. I try my best to answer every question I do. I say it's because the way the sun lights up the outer spaces, because engines make the wheels go. It's because their minds aren't quite like ours. I say yes, no, no, yes, no, yes, no. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we laugh. He smiles, looks out the window, spots a cop car, drops his seat, and says, "Oh man, Uncle, 5-0, we gotta hide." I'll be honest. Not happy with the way we raise our black boys. Don't like the fact that he learned to hide from the cops well before he knew how to read. Angrier that his survival depends more on his ability to deal with authorities than it does his own literacy. Get up, I yell at him. In this car, in this family, we are not afraid of the law. I wondered if he can hear the uncertainty. Is today the day he learns that Uncle is willing to lie to him? That I'm more human than I am hero. We both know the truth is far more complex than do not hide. Both know too many black boys who disappeared, names lost, know too many Trayvon Martins, Oscar Grants, and Abner Louimas, know too many Sean Bells and Amadou Diallos, know too well that we are the hard-boiled sons of Emmett Till. We both know it's not about whether or not the shooter is racist. It's about how poor black boys are treated as problems well before we're treated as people. Black boys in this country cannot afford to play we're always considered the latter. Don't have the luxuries of playing war if we're already in one. Where I'm from, seeing cop cars drive down the street feels a lot like low-flying planes in New York City. Where I'm from, routine traffic stops are more like minefields. Any wrong move could very well mean your life. And how do I look my nephew in his apple face and tell him to be strong when we black boys who are murdered every day simply for standing up for themselves? I take him by the hand, I say be strong. I tell him, I say be smart. Be kind and polite. Know your laws. Be aware of how quickly your hand moves to pocket for wallet or ID. Be more aware of how quickly an officer's hand moves to holster for gun. Be black. Be a boy. Have fun. Because this world will force you to become a man far more quickly than you'll ever have to need to. He lets go of my hand, but Uncle, he asks, Uncle, what happens if the cop is really me? And it scares me to know that he, like so many other black boys, is getting ready for a war I can't prepare him for.
Yeah, we can do better than that.
I have to go, Rashad. I have
Okay.
to go. And who was that?
Michelle provided the link over on the right side for the
Okay.
for the video.
I will look at it.
His name is Javon Johnson, cause he's black.
Bye-bye. I have to go.
Okay. Let's. Okay, fine. He's leaving. We can end the meeting now too as well. And come back next week.
Okay.
But that piece, I feel like we can find something better than that.
Okay.
What am I thinking? Let's think of a poem, like maybe a better historic poem about slavery.
Okay.
Can you see if you could find something like that?
Like a poem?
Huh?
Like a regular poem?
Yeah. It can also be a slam poetry piece if that's what you find, but it might be easier just to find like a regular old piece about slavery.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. I'll see you next week.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.